What's up, my epic gamer dudes?
What's this, the 8th episode?
I think it's the 8th, yeah.
Oh, we need to think of a better name.
I'm sorry, okay.
People will have enjoyed episode 7 because it started off with me fumbling around how to speak. So
That's true.
I did not say what's up my epic gamer dude.
Well, you see, that's why the episode 7's gonna fail.
You're right. We need to think of a better name for our fan base.
What, better than epic gamer dudes?
That's
That's not possible.
It's such a vague and nondescript word.
Exactly. That's why, you know, all the great YouTubers out there always have something equally terrible.
That's true. Well,
It's
Bro Army for PewDiePie.
God.
Do not ever say that again.
Sorry.
Alright, try speeding up less. As I always promised. It's like
You know, I always thought this Pokemon was a grass type.
it's a rock type. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to break
Well,
it to
I
you.
know that now. Thanks.
It's like my New Year's resolution. I promise I'm not going to speed up, and then I just forget about it like the day next.
Do you also promise that you're not going to slurp into the microphone?
No, because you've given me a cup of tea. It's very, very.
Yeah. Literally, as I
Inviting.
came in the door, I had a cup of tea in my hands.
I texted Andrew saying, "Hey, I'm coming over," and I came into the house and I felt so welcomed by the cup of tea he handed me already. I was just like, it's home.
Yeah. Gracious host that I am.
More homey than my home situation right now. If
That's depressing.
left the house to an argument with my parents. That's the good stuff.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. They found out about my past girlfriends.
What?
Do not ask why.
I feel like
or,
a story is due here.
or how they. I mean, the entire argument from my side was, could you've invaded my privacy and searching into my old social medias.
Oh god.
Into, into all.
They have no argument for this.
The depth of the matter comes from that they don't. Should I say? You know what I'm going to say? No one cares. No one watches. They don't really trust us as siblings, as children.
That's crazy.
Which is not surprising due to what we've not told them. But that's more.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why you haven't told them though.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. It's a vicious cycle. We don't tell them because they don't trust us, and we don't trust them in nature, and then suddenly they don't trust us. Oh yeah, look, we get the good rod now. We haven't even used the old rod at all.
Nice. Because you can only get a magic up.
They invaded my privacy by essentially logging in. Okay, this is the awful part of the argument. My mum keeps a document of every single password I ever use, so she knows how to get into everything I use. Wow, yeah, what a surprise! I don't tell her everything I do in my life.
Why?
Because she
That's like an incredible invasion of privacy.
To put it in not very kind words, but in the kindest way I can think of without saying I hate my mum. I love my mum, but like, come on. She feels the need to control what I'm doing.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of things I am in fact signed up to and doing behind her back because I don't want her to A, know I'm doing them, and B, why the fuck should she know my password? I'm an adult.
I'm an 18-year-old man.
Please give me some. I understand that you don't want all the privacy in the world, and I'm trying to give you that, but holy fuck, there's a line, and you're over. You can't even see the line anymore.
I was like, you realise Bivalve's a water type?
Yeah, but what other move am I using against?
Heck.
That's 50.
What about Metal Claw?
That's not power.
Bide. We haven't used Bide yet.
Because he's not using physical. Anyway,
you Bide here.
See, look how little damage I do. Why am I even attacking this Pokemon? I'm gonna speed up.
Bide. Use Bide.
No, he's not attacking.
Use Bide.
He's not attacking.
Use Bide.
Bullbeam is on the most
Use
damage,
it!
and you know it has. Look, he did damage to us. I should have bided. Anyway, back to the lovely story about my parents. I should prefix this by saying I do love my parents. But they do push the boundaries sometimes, as Andrew is also
sometimes.
Yeah. Because I was out for a bit of this evening, having the social interaction with people. Crazy, I know.
What, you can't socially interact?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry, we have a nice thing going here where we don't
Sorry,
interact with anyone.
I didn't mean to break that secret form of trust.
My heart is actually broken.
I went out and because apparently whenever do your parents do this whenever your kid leaves, you sign into their social media because they're not going to do it for a while.
Surprisingly, my parents don't do that.
And somehow, oh my goodness, I need to change my passwords. But somehow, I might do that now actually. Somehow they looked past the conversations between the infamous group that I have amongst people who still don't want to be part of that group, called the Cult of Shuckle, which is just full of edgy memes and anime titty, which pretty much is the entire basis of that group.
I'm so disappointed I'm not part of this
exactly.
awesome group.
They looked past that part though.
Really?
And all they found, I think they were tunnel visioning upon looking for conversations which I had with women they didn't know the name of, which apparently I have a few of those because wow, what a surprise! I haven't told you things because you don't trust me whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
fair point.
They found conversations between me and my last girlfriend, which I'd like to say. My last girlfriend was in year 11. How far back did they search?
To be fair, to your parents here,
To be fair,
that's quite a lot of dedication right there.
yeah, exactly. That's not fair at all.
You've got to respect the grind.
I don't have to. I have to respect the lack of grind. Oh my goodness. They skip past like the multiple groups which are like during the Scales era of our
Yes.
generation. There's a few edgy names in there. I think there's a few edgy literally kill. I'm not gonna name. You get
I think I've said enough.
You get the idea though.
Yes.
It's just like, and then when you texted me, I was actually free when you first texted me.
Yeah.
But my parents were shouting at me for half an hour, so
Nice. That's always a good way to end.
So I thought I'd divulge this nice and personal information to the internet.
Fair enough. Okay, so my big question here is, if your parents know all your passwords, why didn't you instantly change them like any other human being on the planet?
I've changed most of them,
Uh-huh.
to be fair to me, in this scenario. Well, the ones that I actually care about, I told them I don't have anything on it, because I feel like that's the best way to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, it's the easiest way.
Yeah, I can't wait till I move out next year. Come on.
Really? I never got that impression.
From all the conversations where I say, holy fuck, Andrew. My parents are annoying me.
Please help.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, password changing. I changed most of them, but the thing is, the ones that she's aware of that I have passwords of, she checks all the time. And so she checks to see if my password's changed, and then she instantly comes and asks for my password, and half the time I lie.
Why don't you just tell her to fuck off?
Let me tell you
in a nicer way.
Let me tell you something. I've been doing that for years. Do you think it's made the slightest bit of difference? No.
Well, you don't. You are under no obligation to provide information.
It's true.
So
but I
don't.
I am under obligation to live under their roof. So if I don't talk to them, they're gonna give me the old treatment.
I could live with that. I could live with getting the silent treatment from just about anyone in my life. I could not live with my privacy being invaded 24/7.
To be fair to actually, not to be fair to them, they're doing something horrendous, and I hope they learn that at some point in their lives. But to be fair to them, they don't check all the time.
Okay, only once a week.
I just the passwords of my social media once a month. Yeah. The only one she's
I feel
aware
legitimately bad for you.
the only one she's aware about all the time is Facebook, which is why I have to keep a very tight guard upon what happens on my Facebook.
Right. Fair enough.
Well, that was a cheery start to the episode. Yeah, hey, my parents are shouting at me.
I've got a slightly funnier story.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so
So my epic gamer dudes, am I right?
This is the quality content you're here for.
No, they're not here for any content.
Okay, so before we started this recording session, I had a water polo practice.
Cranking it in the middle, in the middle of the water. Sorry, please.
Yeah, sorry. I believe in the good life, playing water polo with my peeps, because I'm a posh white boy.
You just unironically used the word peeps. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, Andrew.
Yeah, we've hit that level. Come on, that's not worse than anything you've said in the past 10 minutes.
You're right, actually. I mean, that was excuse me! My personal life was on the line then. You cannot compare those things to the word peeps. Actually, you definitely can.
Yes.
Please, continue your story.
Okay, back to my story. Usually we get one of the uni students to take the session, just because they don't have to pay uni students, obviously.
Yeah, they get paid in good times and laughs.
Yeah, of course.
Like us here.
Yeah. A while back they were actually trying to up the fees for the club without actually improving anything or giving the coaches pay. And of course, everyone was like, "No, why would we pay more money for the exact same service?"
It's like being paid in exposure as a musician. Am I right? Am I right?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so basically, tonight we were trained by my old biology teacher.
She's already been mentioned on this channel, I think.
Yeah.
Why? Do you ever...
Only good things been said,
they
of
only
course.
Battle, they only battle me in the day because they're joggers. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, is that? Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot about that feature.
Here's a odd keystone.
Yeah, okay. So first thing she said when she started the lesson, which instantly made everyone in the club lose all respect for it, was, "Oh, I've been doing this stuff since before you were born."
Is that your accent for her?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry, I can't go high enough. It's
Hello, ladies. You gotta sound like a female golem.
No, it's like a chain smoker,
Which
but
is
2 octaves higher. It's so weird.
Quite an accurate representation, I'd say, is a female golem.
Yeah, that's probably pretty close.
Harsh, but fair.
Yeah.
So she came over and said, "I've been doing this for 22 years."
Yeah, she was all dead serious, it was completely deadpan, because she's like coached us like a few times before, and she hates every single one of us. Because, unsurprisingly, we take the piss, because she's not very good at her job, I'll say that.
She seems to be not good at any job where she teaches, which is ironic, because she's a teacher.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, so literally the first thing out of my mouth was, after she said that, was, I was like, "You've been teaching for much longer than that, and you're still not any good at that."
Yikes. What did she
literally
say?
said, I think she was out of earshot, because she
Okay,
probably
you're lucky
just would
there.
have exploded on me.
Let's go for this bike puzzle.
Oh, you're so fucked here, you're not going to do it.
Thank you, right.
Well done, Mojo.
Thank you.
This might take another 10 minutes, fellas.
But you have some stories to tell.
Yeah.
Also, it's hard on the keyboard.
That's true.
Sorry, I mean on the D-pad. There we go. Look at that. Oh my god. I got that. Well, that was worth it.
Calcium. Solid. Gotta keep your bone strength up.
It's true.
Yeah, so that session was complete horseshit. And then, at the end, she came up to me and she was like, "So what else are you doing on your gap year?" I was like, "Wow, you actually know what I'm doing this year? That's okay."
I was like, "No, cuties every day." I'm like, put it there, Andrew. Thank you.
No. I did not just high five him,
Yes,
by the
you
way.
did.
No, I didn't.
I don't like the people that
I've got too much self-respect
No,
for that.
no, you definitely high five.
Yeah. So it seemed like she was keeping some tabs on me or something like that. And I was just like, "Oh, I've just been doing various music crap." And she was like, "Oh, so you stop it!" And she was like, "Oh, so you're going to the conservatoire after this year?" I'm like, I never told you this.
She knows so much about you. What?
I don't know. Some people just come up to me and be like, "I know you from somewhere." That was how I met Scales. No,
Fair.
Mr. Julian Scales.
Don't. Actually not. If there was anybody I was gonna put on blast, then yeah, that would be fair.
Yeah.
It's him.
My boy. Yeah.
What was he doing?
I first met him when we were doing, I think it was Cubs or Scouts or something like
a
that.
long time ago.
Yeah. So,
What's the next gym fight? I should be using.
yeah, it's fighting type, but we're not going to get there for another episode or so.
I should probably stick Monchi Boy 2 with my friend.
Yes.
So I can try to get involved.
Oh, we might actually be able to get a new team member this episode. Yeah, because we can't get an Eevee, so we can't get
Oh,
Flareon.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be going for the only other
We're
fire
so
type.
prepared for this.
We'll be going for the only other fire type.
Yeah. the
In
best
this game.
fire type in the
We
game.
could go for Magmortar. He'd be.
You can't get him in this game.
Yeah, because it's a trick.
Some people. So
Sorry,
rude.
I am physically unprepared to do this, but that's how I'm always physically unprepared to do this anyway.
Nice. Good way to live. You know what? We need to get a gym membership.
I've mentioned this before.
I mentioned this several times before.
I'm down to, alright?
Yeah. Well.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
There's a lot of untapped aggression going on here, Andrew. You're alright.
I've just had an incredibly aggressive day. I was shouting at her, by the way. When she was...
While she was saying, "You go to your..."
Oh god, she said something else that got on my nerves.
Oh, here we go.
Alright. So we're just doing some passing drills and all that. And we're like, "Oh,
Wait,
can we get..."
What does that mean?
We're just like passing the ball, and how is that confusing in any way? You know how in football or any other sport you pass the
Okay,
ball.
you didn't to rip into me. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Jesus Christ.
I came over to your house and I almost like fell over.
Okay,
Anyway.
so we were doing some passing drills.
What does that mean?
Is this kid retarded?
Exactly.
Anyway, and we were like, can we get some decent balls? Because the ones we were using were the wrong
Yeah.
size and they weren't inflated at all.
Testicles.
And she was like, you know, no, you got to use these balls because if you can pass with these, then you can pass with anything. And I was like, what a fucking retarded thing to say. Because if we're ever doing games or competitions, we will be using good balls. So what's the fucking point in learning how to use bad ones?
Are you alright, Andrew?
No! It's the most retarded thing I've heard all day. And she's been doing this for 22 years.
You talked to me today, I promise.
And then she was getting on at me for not doing egg beater right, and I was like, look at my fucking... I screamed at her, look at my legs. And everyone turned to me, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Are you alright?
No!
You need to talk about
I was
something.
incredibly
Do
annoyed.
you need to come to me? Do you need to come with me to my next therapy session?
I don't need a therapy session, alright?
I feel like you might.
Perfectly fine.
I feel like you
He
might.
says, crushing the cup in his hand. So yeah, that was my day.
You don't want to talk about you. You do not want to talk about mine.
What have you actually done today?
Work was dull in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Got paid though. So
Some people have jobs.
you know what, Andrew?
They get paid money.
I'm sorry that I'm living the good life.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd go that far,
Yeah,
but you know.
you're right. No, I'm doing a very dull office job, but it pays well, so I'm okay with it. The first half of the day was literally just spent that.
Is there not a good office banner?
No, there isn't. I mean,
That's
they're
tragic.
all like 40, 50 year olds.
Oh, nice.
Oh, actually. Yesterday.
Oh, yes.
It was not from today.
Okay.
Because like, I was going to preface this with I'll tell you now. The only reason I'm really still there is because they let me listen to music throughout like the entire day.
And money.
So, but yeah, essentially, that's the other main key.
That's
factor
what
as
gets
to why
me
I'm
through
there.
the day.
But
If I
like,
got paid.
there's such boring office stuff to do that I sit next to the printer for like half an hour whilst it's printing off stuff to make sure it's still working, you know. Oh, it's Stacey.
I see.
Yeah. Here we are. And so I literally just sit with my headphones on for 4 hours and then leave and get paid like £40. Not gonna go.
Maybe you are living the good life.
Exactly. But it is very mundane, like menial office job work.
Yeah.
Which I suppose is what you're supposed to do as sort of your first job experience anyway.
Yeah,
But-
I'm trying to avoid that.
Fair enough. I would do it after my first experience with it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, oh my goodness. So,
Okay.
bit of context for this story because you're going to need it. In the main office area where I work, it's one of those sort of big open plan office areas.
Yeah.
And you can probably guess exactly what it is. Do I need to go into? I don't really. We're not going to do any breeding, are we?
No.
Do I need to go into?
We're doing a let's
Do I
play.
need
I
to
don't
go
think
into,
we
do we
need
need to go
to.
into the caves?
You get an unknown.
Let's not do that then.
Some weird item. You didn't bring the game guide over today, did you?
I didn't.
You piece of shit.
I was in a state of mind for my parents.
I
Right?
see.
Should I?
Here at Fortistic 4, we don't accept excuses.
Here we do. I work in this big office plan, and there's two different off rooms, which are like tiny small rooms. Not what we wanted. Two small rooms, like on the off, which are like very small. If that makes any sense. Like
Small office rooms, very small.
Yeah,
got
thank
it.
you. My brain is literally fried. I don't know why I'm here.
You were the one who messaged me. Hey,
Right.
you want to do some recording?
Provide the good content for the people at home. And
It's all for the fans.
one of them is a little printer room, which is like utility. It's just solely like card and staples and ink and everything you need for a printer.
Right.
The room solely exists to house a printer. In fact,
Just a storage room, basically.
yeah, exactly. The next room is a filing cabinet room. So there's like 6 filing cabinets. And, oh my goodness, Mr. Mike. Oh, you got all 5, of course you did. That's all it has. It has 6 different utility rooms.
Hey, where could you possibly be going with this
Cabinets.
story?
Yeah, exactly. And the other room is like a meeting room, which they use sometimes as a small little getaway area to hide away in conversations.
Right. That's terribly high.
So the important part of this story is that I am in fact placed in. There it is.
Yay!
Oh no.
Bad nature.
Oh no. We don't have a picture of it.
Oh no. I apologise in advance for the next 5 minutes.
I don't, because it provides me time to tell this story
Okay.
in proper detail. The important detail as to why this story is happening is because I reside pretty much in the printer room. So I'm in the printer room, and it's it's doing its deed of please don't kill. Okay, it's doing its deed of like printing. I think it was 50 copies of this booklet. Nobody needs to know what it is. But I was in that room.
Can we just get?
I was in that room by
points?
myself, and the place where I work is a mix of very devout Christian people and very non-devout Christian people.
That is the society you want to be a part of.
Yeah, exactly. And so it had just so happened that 3 women.
Women, am I right? You know.
Gamers, am I right? Women were the three non-Christian women were sitting in the room, and
Non-Christian women.
They believed they were the only people within the room. This is where the story happened.
I see. I think I might be able to tell.
I was sitting in the printer room by myself when it was printing off, and suddenly this conversation arises where they say, "Oh, there's nobody else here. Let's talk about our sex lives." I was like,
"Yes."
I was like, "I'm right here." Now, as a man who's watching many, not many shows, but like I've increased the amount of times I've watched shows recently in the last few years.
Oh, good man.
And lots of anime as well, because I'm a weeb. Oh boy, we get the nickname presses as well.
Oh shit! What are we gonna call it?
I don't know. I was struck with multiple decisions at this time. I was like, do I leave this room and announce that I'm here now to provide for no future confusion or anger at me because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or do I stay here and somehow in the end of this scenario get out of the room without them realizing that I was there for the entire time they're talking about their sex life? Excellent. I decided to go with the latter.
Oh, I've got a decent name for this one.
You have to run it by me first.
How do I play this game? I play Pokemon, I swear.
I play
Pokemon Go every day. No, we're done here.
You're not calling it horse, are you?
Here we go, fellas.
What? Why is that? It's not a horse either. That's a Pokemon. That name in and of itself is a Pokemon.
You see my amazing plan.
No, I'm taking this over.
No, there we go.
How am I supposed to write that? Alright, okay. Well, I see. Right, well, here we go.
No, use Chrome, it's already open.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Do you remember what the name was? Because I do not.
What, of the Pokemon I just named?
Yeah, do you remember, like, the 4 different...
Oh, no.
I don't want such ponytails.
Why did you type in ponytail, then?
Because I searched ponytail, alright?
I see.
You got a problem...
Oh, yes. There we go. No, we've got to have that image.
No, we are not using that image.
Please.
You know what?
We'll
use it in a different context, alright?
I'm quite concerned now.
Is it not gonna... It is, okay.
Okay, for all you gamers who are confused out
there...
No,
do not tell them, do not tell them.
We're searching for a JPEG.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, you can tell them that.
Of this Ponyta, so we can shove it in the team.
This is really professional. I'm glad we didn't think about this beforehand.
I'm glad we do this every single time we need to add a new team member.
And then you still somehow get mad at me for this.
Why would I not get mad at you if it's image? Yeah, there we go. No, yeah, okay.
We're doing that one first.
Okay, and then browse for it. And go in downloads and then search for Ponyta. There we go. Why aren't we using the other one?
We'll use that later.
Damn shame.
Huh?
It's
up there.
Yeah. Okay. Are we going to add the name as well?
Please entertain the people at home, Andrew.
Yeah. What else has happened in my life?
Well, I haven't finished my story yet, but...
Well, finish your story.
Well, I know that was a very big double standard because I said, please tell them something, and then I instantly cut you off.
Tell your story then.
Well, I'm currently undergoing the very difficult process of trying to remember how you named this book. First off, search what naive is.
Oh, yeah, okay. We're just going to ditch this, aren't we?
No, it'll be... If we do, I'm going to be glad, because it means that we don't have to...
Come on, attack down. Or special attack down. That would be epic. Naive Pokemon name.
I feel it has something to do with special defense, but I could be completely wrong.
I think you're right.
Is it text? Is it the one I'm doing here?
Yes.
The name, yeah. We're gonna keep that one. Pony Rob Anemone.
Careful is special defense.
It's not careful. It's naive.
Oh, sorry, naive. My amazing memory, naive.
Oh, no.
Is speed up, special defense down.
That's fine then.
That's actually quite good. I'm surprised we actually got a decent nature. This looks so shit.
How am I supposed to? How am I supposed to do that?
Mojo's trying to figure out how he's going to put all the special characters into the name.
Do you have that on here?
No.
What even is that?
I don't know. Shall we just leave it as horsey?
No, we have to do this now.
This might take ages, you know.
Yeah, well, we're committed to the bit now, aren't we?
No, we're not. We're never committed to anything. No, why are you doing this? He is Google searching for gender signs so we can put it in the name.
You know what? We're actually just gonna have a really long name next to him so we can exactly identify what they are.
I see.
What was this one?
We'll make it an 8. I don't actually know what it is. I can't see.
Can they see this right now? What can they see?
They can just see what's on OBS. They can't see this. They can only see like the regular page.
So what we're gonna have to do, Andrew? What we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to put him out into battle.
No,
it's your fault for giving him this name. You know that.
No, it's not. You don't have to do this.
Yes, I do.
Oh boy, can we talk about Cricketing's mustache for a minute here?
Yeah, I wish I had a mustache like that.
Yeah, that is a pretty epic mustache.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know. Oh
no.
What? Oh no.
What? Okay, well
I guess we're gonna have to improvise.
What's the first one? It's male, then female.
Why are you doing this?
You did this to yourself.
No.
You only have yourself to blame.
He is literally typing brackets
they're gonna
male,
they're gonna see in a
brackets
second.
female, brackets smiley.
What would you say that is?
An 8. Brackets 8. What was the last one?
That's it. There's only 4.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. We might have to resize this. There we go. Perfect.
Everyone can read that.
Yeah, of course.
And then finally, my magnum opus.
No.
You yourself asked for this.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You actually
I
did.
asked for it ironically.
Yeah, and now we're including it unironically.
No.
The comedian's bear. No, he's not. He's wearing a necktie.
We are always on top form.
Thank you.
We can't edit out the background. No.
I just thought I'd show you all this for a second. Actually, you know what? He's going to be in our 6th member squad until we get something better.
I see. Here we go. Perfect. And we're back to the game.
This is genius. I'm going to run.
Yes. Perhaps we should go back to the Pokemon Center and heal up. And see what garbage moveset Ponyta has.
Here's Ember.
Is that all?
That's the best movie he has.
This is utter trash. I feel very accomplished this episode.
Thank you. So
we
did literally nothing.
We've raged against the people in our lives.
Yeah.
We've gotten to a town and battled some complete nobody trainers, and we've added some god-awful JPEGs to the team screen.
Yep. Oh, I didn't finish my story.
Oh yeah. We should probably add a skip to this if you don't want to hear all the random.
No. Everyone wants to hear that.
Yeah, that's why they're here.
Exactly. Thank you for getting me.
Yeah.
I was just sitting in the printer room and I decided not to leave. Okay, that was
you wanted to hear the big epic stories.
No, I felt it would be even more awkward if I walked out in the middle of them saying, "You want to hear my sex stories?"
Ooh, you were wrong.
I was wrong.
Yes.
The conclusion of this story shows you why.
Please tell me you were cool.
Maybe. Living the tough life in the office.
I see.
And so, it wasn't. Okay, so it wasn't in detail sexual stories.
That's disappointing.
Thank you. One of them was talking about how they reached their menopause. That was one of them.
That's nice.
The other one was talking about. Okay, this was the most in detail one. The other one was talking about how. Is there a polite way to say this?
No, probably not.
Um.
Just say it, man.
It was about.
Dude!
It was an in detail depth discussion about how their boyfriend's penises were, and
Wow. Okay.
I just felt very uncomfortable in that scenario.
Sorry, remind me, how old were these women?
They're like one was 35, one was 40.
Oh, that's hot. Good God.
Oh, why did I use Ember on this?
Because you're a moron.
I'm in the middle of something else.
Just switch out. Use the XP share.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's been damaging what I have left.
I see. So,
Sorry, yes. Okay, so they were telling me that
Story.
story, and the third woman essentially just told the story of her having sex like 2 days ago.
Nice.
That was the rest of that story. Not any details or anything. I was just, I got saved mostly through this story. Through somebody else coming through the doors, and they stopped talking about it, and then about half an hour later, I left the printer room because I had finished like 15 minutes earlier. I just did not trust myself to leave the room.
Yeah, I get you.
I left the room, and there was one moment where I looked across the room at like the woman who was talking about the length of their boyfriend's penis, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I was like, please don't put 2 and 2 together. Please do not do this to me right now.
I've got enough on my plate right now.
And she looked at me, and I could tell she was thinking about it, but she didn't want to say anything in front of the rest of the Christian people in the room, and I have yet to talk to her about it because she wasn't in today.
Oh no.
So you could get updates on this story.
Oh, I look forward to the next chapter.
Ongoing story. Oh my goodness, I was.
That's pretty awesome.
It was genuinely a terrifying moment in my life. I left the room, and the other two didn't even see me leave the room. I was hoping that none of them would be looking, but the third one, she saw me. She saw me leave the room, and
You've been busted, my dude.
Because she wasn't sure, I think, whether I'd been in the room the entire time. But I just had to. Oh yes, that's a good move.
Nice.
Better than wing attack. But
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, right?
No, wing attack 65.
Is it?
No, sorry. I apologize.
Bitch!
Okay, but wing attack has 35 PP, aerial ace already has
we're
20.
getting rid of double team.
Oh, that's fine, yeah. Do that.
Rather than Horsey's male, female, smiley 8.
Alright, you gotta give me props for that name.
No, I do not. I do not have to do that thing you said.
Oh my
So there's a story from yesterday from my workplace,
Yeah.
which is not even finished yet. We'll hear updates on that. As in the group chat you saw probably.
Yeah, I did.
I had a driving test.
No, I think we better save that for the next episode.
Who
Because
cares?
we're running. Because of that.
Well, I mean, it's a very small story.
Okay.
Eventually,
Yeah, I was laughing at you, I must admit, sorry.
Fair enough. Completely fair. My driving instructor pulled a sneaky one on me and forced a mock test upon me. But that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was that the examiner, marked me down on things which was just completely unfair.
Mojo, you can't drive at the speed limit for too long.
Exactly.
You clearly don't know how to drive.
He marked me. He specifically wrote this out. He marked me down for going over a bridge at 30 when the speed limit was 30. And then he marked me down again for I should put the speed limit.
Yeah. The words.
He marked me down again for driving at 40 at the speed limit around the area. I said to him, "What does this mean? Because is there an issue with me driving at the speed limit?" And he said, "It's just a bit wearing on the gears." I was like, "Bitch."
Mojo, I think you know how I'd react in this situation.
I didn't say anything, but I was silently fuming.
I would not be silently fuming. I would be shouting at him.
I got because as is nature with a mock test, you fail.
Of course.
I failed with 9 issues. 2 of them were driving at the speed limit. Who knew that could be such a committable offence in driving?
Mojo, you're going to prison forever.
My driving instructor after reading was like, "Yeah, no, the driving examiner will never mark you down."
So you're doing it because?
I was like, "Yeah, you better not."
So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Diamond, we're gonna hear more ridiculous stories. from Mojo and myself.
And I'm going to get even more personal intimate with how lovely my family relationship is.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Damn, I drank the tea again. I didn't.
So, also, we're going to think of a good outro for the next episode.
I can't believe we didn't even have to say anything anymore. I just looked at you and you started an outro. It was great.
Yeah. So,
I also apologise for not getting very far in this episode.
do you also apologise for not slurping into the mic?
No, I apologise for the lack of slurps with my tea.
The fans
It was a good cup of tea.
accustomed
Thank
to
you.
that. Oh, you're welcome. I used some good milk.
What are we even talking about anymore?
I think
good
we're
milk.
Yeah.
What is that?
I bought that today. I bought it special
No,
today.
you're not getting away with that. What does that mean in this scenario?
Okay, it was an expensive bottle of milk. I wanted to spoil myself.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes, this
Thank
is
you
what
for
I do.
you for using your special milk
Yeah,
upon me.
you owe me 10 quid.
I owe you a lot more than that.